What's up, fellas? It's Mark Parson, cornerback pro, former NFL cornerback, the Houston Texans, and the New Orleans Saints, and now I'm coaching you guys up. All right, so this is part 2 of the first day of fall camp for NC State. This is 2019. Right now it's actually August 12th, 2020, so we're going back and looking at their fall camp because there is no fall camp right now, right? But so here's what I'm gonna get right into it. This DB 101s, extremely important. Make sure you guys ask me for the 101s mastery program at cornerbackpro@gmail.com. If you're in town, I'm in Richmond, Virginia, definitely hit me up. So come train with me in person. All I need is about 3 days with you. And you will know how to make this happen for yourself because it's so important to work, man. Be the best every single day. And lastly, Zoom sessions. Since there is no season for most of you guys, there's no season. So hit me up so I can help you in a 30-minute Zoom session to get you right. All right, this information will help you in life in general, straight up. All right. So I think this may be the best cornerback on the team. I immediately can recognize talent when I see it, and I'm a straight shooter. Okay. Now I like guys who are hungry, and I feel like everybody can get better, but there are certain guys who have more potential, right? So I just noticed them off top. I should be an NFL scout. All right, so let's talk about it. I swear I could probably stay on like one clip for like 30 minutes, but I'm not gonna do that. All right, so the technique that I think that he's using, and it looks like to me, is what we call, remember, in 101's mastery, got about 7 different press techniques. You won't find them anywhere in the world, in this galaxy, in the universe, all right? You only find them here on Cornerback Guru. All right, so look, foot fire. So what is foot fire? Let's go with foot fire. Foot fire is like it's the first thing that I teach anybody because at the end of the day, it always comes back to balance right here. Whether you're aggressive or passive, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it comes right here. So what's the first thing that we focus on in our foot fire technique? It's our eyes. I'm looking at him. It's hard for me to tell, but I can tell from where his head is shaped. I believe that his eyes are glued on this guy's waist. Okay, so that's number 1. Then feet. So here's the thing, and I've said this countless times on videos, but I'll say it again. And you guys, pay attention. Take notes right here. If you don't have the 101's mastery program, you're getting this for free at least, okay? So look, eyes glued on the waist. What do you need to do with your feet? You have to have a plan. You have to have a plan with your feet. Your feet cannot stay there. You can't go up to 101s. You can't go to the Nike opening camp. You can't go to NC State 101s in practice and guard a D1A receiver and say, I don't really know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get right here. I'm just going to. Nah, you got to know what you're going to do before. This is how you win on 101s. Listen to me, guys. I know what I'm talking about. I'm the best at this. And I want you to have that mentality that you're the best at what you do, right? So look, this drill, this is how you win on 101s. You want to hear it? Is by knowing what you're going to do. No matter what he does, I got my technique that I'm going to use on this particular play. So let's say he chose my technique, and I don't know this guy. I don't know any of these guys, just to let y'all know. I haven't really watched college ball. I just haven't done it, all right? Let's say he said, I'm going to do foot fire. Now, that may be the only technique he knows. Okay, cool. That's why I provide 7. But look, foot fire. So it's where you buzz your feet. You can't have your feet stand still. Some way, somehow, your feet need to move at the snap, okay? Now, there are certain ways that you don't want them to move, which we talked about, like a jump split. And I think I'll probably show that to you because I got a Richard Sherman film that I'm going to do videos on as well that one of my young fellas sent. Thanks for that, bro. But look, foot fire, you buzz your feet. So that's my plan. The goal after I buzz my feet to get my feet hot and moving. My eyes are still glued in his waist. My goal is to bow him out. Bow him out. Because that will disrupt the timing between the receiver and the quarterback. I need to bow him out. The worst thing I can do is open the gate and he gets into his route. He gets and then he gets, let's say he runs a comeback. He gets to the top of his stem. He gets to his quick 3-step drop or 5-step drop. It's timing. The ball's out. Bam. But if I disrupt his route, he won't get to the top of his stem, right? And then he'll have to break it off short. He'll be all the way over here, so he doesn't have as much real estate to work with. You see what I'm saying? That's how important it is to get your hands on guys and strike. You got to strike, okay? So eyes, feet. I got a plan, and then my hands. So here's where he messed up. My young fella, I don't know him. I don't know him. But here's where he messed up, in my opinion. Never shoot with two hands. Never shoot with two hands. I'm talking about in man. Now, if you're playing cover two and you're the flat corner, your job is to reroute. Yeah. Get it. But even if you got, let's say a guy just runs into you, just tries to do a power release. Even with that, it's still going to be a 1-2. You guys, take boxing. That 1-2, that jab and cross, 1-2, right? It's still going to be alternating. Now, at the end of the day, your hands will be inside of his chest, and then you can control him. You can get off a block, whatever, right? You can drive him into the sideline. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm talking. I'll let you see it over and over. But look, okay? 1-2. Make it a 1-2. Let's see if he did in 1-2. Nah. So what happens when you strike with two hands? What happens is your hips get locked. So remember, your goal is to let's say you use that technique, foot fire, okay? You want to shuffle. You want to get at least 1 to 2 shuffles. Did he get a shuffle in? Let's see. That's what I need to see before we even talk about hands. Let's see. Maybe 1. I'll give him 1. Let's give him 1. Now, the goal is to stay lateral, but sometimes you will angle off. But coaches, players, don't practice angling off. So, coach, what is an angling off? I see coaches practicing with their guys where they're angling when they do their lateral shuffle. You can back up and still, so you can give ground and still stay square. That's the goal. Now, does that happen every time? No. Especially if a dude does a speed release, you may have to angle off. So you got opening the gate and then you got angling off. The goal is to stay lateral. Obviously, in the game, you may have to angle off. But when we practice it, coaches and players, practice going lateral. I would say he got 1 shuffling. So good job right there. The issue that I see is striking with 2 hands. Because you saw that? Man, I'm breaking this down for y'all, man. Y'all won't get this anywhere. No. Man, listen, man. You won't get this anywhere in the whole world. I promise you. Not at this level. All right, so you saw that little where he kind of got off balance? It's because your hips are locked. I mean, imagine trying to open up and run with a guy and your hips are locked. Right? So just be careful with shooting 2 hands. Because if they knock it down, your hips going to be locked and you're going to lose balance. Now, we're on him. So this guy's an athlete. I mean, he's D1A player. He's an athlete. He pushes off, okay? But the good thing, watch this finish, fellas. Watch this man, guy. Man, who is this guy? I don't know if it's this guy or Chris. I'm going to have to research, man. But look at the eyes. First of all, he didn't say, man, flag, man, it's a penalty, man. No, man, you can tell this guy, he's a competitor. He pushed off. He didn't look back at the quarterback. See, a lot of you young fellas, what happens is, and it's a habit, because you're like, oh, okay, but I want to get this pick, right? But remember this. The quarterback is not throwing you the ball. He's throwing the receiver the ball, right? So you got to get back to him. So even though, and coach, look, I'm going to tell you right now, refs don't call offensive pass interference unless it's like, you know what I mean? So don't expect that call. So what he did was his eyes were glued onto the receiver, even all the way into the end. And then what does he do? He tags off. Tag off. Get into the habit. I don't care if he catches the ball right here and you didn't tag him off. You chase him all the way down to the touchdown until you tag him off. And if he scores, he scores. You jog back, take a breather, get some water, and get back in there. You need 10,000 reps like that. That's how you get better, fellas. So he knocks it. Okay, we'll get better with the strike, alternating strike. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Right? And that's a habit. But look at the eyes, excellent eyes, and then look at the tag off. Remember, go to part 1. So I posted part 1 the other day, right? And there's a guy pushing off. My young fellas, understand the difference between tagging off. So in ball, you got tag off, thud, and tackle. You got different periods for it. This is how you tag off. It forces you to usually get low and in the same motion of a tackle. Tackle, you see? All right. Man, I just went 10 minutes on that. Great job, young fella. Who is this guy? Somebody tell me who this guy is. All right, so my safeties or corners playing in. All right, so have you guys ever heard of scooch technique? If not, let me know, because I do have I think I posted a video of Oklahoma practice. And I get it. Inside, I mean, this is tough. I mean, it's always gonna be tough right here. I'm gonna let you know right now. I don't care who you are. If you're not pressed, look, coach probably maybe has you right here. Maybe some of you backers. Okay, cool. This is the toughest area to guard somebody. I'm gonna let you know. So what can you do? Well, pick a leverage. I would say outside leverage. I've been telling y'all outside leverage. Now, if you can, if the coach ain't tripping about it, I'll go press, play outside shade, and have good technique. Learn the techniques from one-on-one's mastery. And you do, man, look, high school and college is easy, bro. And maybe it's different because I had to go against the top 5 offense all my years with the Saints and the Texans going against Andre Johnson and Colston, Marcus Colston for 3 years, getting routed up. Now, going against Drew Brees and Matt Schaub and those guys. But I'm just telling you, high school and college is easy, yo. So but you just gotta know what to do. You gotta do it at a high level every day. So look, let's say you are right here. Let's say, coach, you gotta be at 4 yards, and then you gotta play this. Yo, pick a leverage, man. Have one foot up and learn the scooch technique. And say, look, I'm gonna stay square. I may give like 1 step or 2 step ground. I'm gonna get my feet moving a little bit, whether you're scooching or you're buzzing your feet, eyes glued on him, and then get ready to shuffle at least one. So you ever heard somebody saying stem? So when the receiver stems you, they may be going inside. Well, guess what? We can kind of get a little weave. So learn how to weave but stay square. Okay? And I have some weaving videos on here. Eyes glued on him. See what I'm saying? We're kind of reaching right there. But don't look back. But good hustle. Just don't look back until you get to the receiver. You got to be able to touch the receiver. Don't look back. All right? Too many steps on the soft shoe. So what's a soft shoe, coach? That's another technique I'm giving you for free. Now, I'm not showing you right here, though. I'm not demonstrating that, obviously. But be mindful. Let's see if I can get this right. All right, so it looks like to me the ball is on the line. Receiver's on the ball. Okay? Yo, how many yards we back? You know what I'm saying? Like, the receiver's on the ball, man. Receivers don't like to get touched. They don't like to get touched, fellas. So what does that mean? You know what technique I would use to really get them? Especially if I have long arms. Strike and get back to balance, man. Jolt them. So you strike. So let's say strike, and I'm going to explain it. Obviously, in One-on-One's Master, you see the video. I have a video series of actually demonstrating it. But striking and get back to balance is simple. Remember this. In any press technique that you do, whether you're aggressive or passive, your feet must come back to balance. I learned that from Deion Sanders, prime time himself. All right, at Prime U. Everything always comes back to balance. So inside shade. If I'm inside shade, I'm going to do inside arm. Am I striking back to balance? If I'm outside shade, I'm going to do outside arm. So boom, no matter what he does, I know what I'm going to do. Let's say I'm inside shade. He's on the ball. Oh, I'm looking at my chop. Boy, I'm going to get my hands on him. Now, what you'll see from a lot of high school guys, and just guys in general, when they strike, they open the gate at the same time. So they step into it, they lunge a lot of time, and then they open the gate, and then they run with a guy. My philosophy on this, we created this, okay? You strike. So you will take a step. Now, you're not lunging, but you take a step, almost like how we do our false step when we soft shoot. You strike. So your inside hand, inside shade, not too much far of a shade to where you're forced to open up the gate. Boom, strike. Then with that same foot, you take a step back. So you jolt him. Bam. And then you take a step back. Guess what? It turns back into foot fire. He got your back square. He still has to get around you. You bow him out. Bam. He's like, oh, man, this guy. So you're not out of control. Everything is under control, but you don't have a chance. You're at least 3 yards tall. Now, if he's off the ball 2 yards, it is what it is, right? So we can do another technique. You won't most likely be aggressive. But good job. Way to finish. Telling you that two-hand strike is dangerous, and you can't give up. You're not going full speed. So we'll go back into that. We'll go to part 3. So, but yeah, the best cornerback that I see on here, we stayed more time on that. But great job, all these guys, man. It takes a lot to play ball at this level. I'm just telling you. All right. Make sure you guys email me at cornerbackpro@gmail.com. Ask for the Zoom sessions, the one-on-one mastery, or if you're in town, come holler at me. Peace.